you would not survive one night in America's most haunted schools. And tonight, we're going to show you why. This isn't manufactured drama for views. We have compelling evidence. We're talking about 3 separate principals, 2 janitors, and an entire graduating class with photos and logs to back up these chilling encounters. We're going from a hallway in scorching Texas that literally drips with mist to a college built on 1,000 unmarked graves. These schools don't just teach history, they're stuck repeating it every single night. So stick around, because the last school on our list is so actively haunted that security guards patrol in pairs and still refuse to turn the lights off. Are you ready to see the most haunted places in America? Welcome to Haunts and Hunts America. Tonight, we're exploring 3 schools where the bell still rings in empty buildings, where lockers slam shut on their own, and where the honor roll lists students who died decades ago. We've got 3 locations, but just one simple rule for surviving the night. If you hear your name called after 3 a.m., do not answer, just run. Now, let's see if you could make it out. If you think you can, hit that subscribe button and comment below for more exhilarating, spooky stories. Our first investigation takes us to El Paso High School in Texas. This place looks like a giant castle, and since 1916, it has loomed over the town, hiding some disturbing secrets. After you hear these stories, you'll understand why. The most unsettling story comes from 1985. A photographer was taking pictures of the graduating class, snapping away as usual. But when the photos were developed, there she was, a blurry girl in an old-fashioned white dress, standing right in the middle of the group. The strangest part, no one saw her there that day. Not a single student or teacher could identify her, or even remembered her being present. It gets even more bizarre. This same ghost has appeared in at least 5 more class photos, always on the same balcony, staring directly at the camera, forever watching. That exact balcony is located above a hallway that janitors now keep sealed with heavy-duty padlocks. Of course, students still find ways to sneak in. They report that the air inside drops 20 degrees, even while the rest of the school is boiling hot, and it smells of rust and decay. A thick, eerie mist covers the floor, which makes no sense in a 90-degree building. Legend claims a student leaped from that balcony in 1936. Now, her ghost repeats the tragic fall every spring, vanishing into thin air just before she hits the ground. It's not just students either. Security cameras captured something entirely different. A football player who died on the field in 1943 is seen jogging the track at exactly 4:44 a.m., the exact time he collapsed. The footage shows the scoreboard glitching, flashing the year 1943 before returning to normal. Coaches now blame every lost game on the fourth quarter man, and some refuse to schedule night games. How can a team focus on winning when a ghost might just join the roster? Next, we're heading to a place that proves hauntings aren't just for old buildings. California State University Channel Islands opened in 2002, but the land it sits on has a dark secret. It was built directly over the former Camarillo State Mental Hospital. Over 1,000 patients died there between 1936 and 1997. Half of them are still buried right under the football field because it was cheaper than buying headstones. During the very first week of classes, a student named Diego heard sobbing coming from a storm drain outside his dorm. Thinking someone needed help, he pulled the grate open. The crying instantly stopped. The drain was completely dry. Then, his phone glitched, and the calendar jumped to a date in 1964. 2 nights later, Diego dropped out of school and never returned to campus. The Anthropology Club now sells I Survived the Night shirts and uses the money to fund their ghost tours, which sell out instantly. Even the professors are on edge. Many lock their office doors from the inside. Motion sensors across campus trigger at exactly 2:12 a.m., the precise moment the hospital lost power during a massive earthquake in 1971. Immediately after, doors up and down the hallways begin slamming shut, one after another. Last year alone, campus security logged 312 calls for unknown disturbances, and that's just what was officially reported. One dorm, Solano Hall, still has the old asylum room numbers above every door. Students try to cross them out and write their own names, but then they wake up with bruises shaped like fingerprints on their arms. The RAS no longer ask about parties. They just hand out salt for protection and the number for a counselor. Some things you can't unsee. And now, for our final location. This is the one you will not survive. Ohio University in Athens. This isn't just a campus. It's the only one in America with its own cemetery right in the middle of everything. The college is older than the town itself, which means the dead were here first. As the locals say, at OU, the alumni literally never leave. Let's talk about Wilson Hall, specifically room 428. It has been permanently sealed since 1993, and here's why. 5 different students who lived in that room reported the exact same terrifying nightmare. A young girl with purple bruises on her neck would float over their bed and whisper, "Come fly with me." Every student who had the dream either transferred immediately or, in one tragic case, leaped from the 4th floor window. The university bolted the door shut and placed a vending machine in front of it. But the hauntings didn't stop. The machine reportedly unplugs itself at 3 a.m., then rolls 6 feet down the hall as if something is trying to get out. Nearby, Jefferson Hall's basement has steam tunnels leading to the old Athens lunatic asylum. During finals week, you can follow chalk arrows right to the room where lobotomies were performed. The metal table is still there. Ghost hunters recorded a voice saying, "Get out of my classroom," as the temperature dropped 14 degrees in less than 10 seconds. But the most famous ghost is the lady in green. In 1859, she was a student who vanished. They found her clarinet in the river, but her body was never recovered. Now, every November at the homecoming bonfire, students report seeing a woman in a green dress, standing across the flames. The legend says, if you make eye contact, you will fail every single class that semester. The school supposedly keeps a secret list of students whose grades suddenly plummeted after homecoming. Last year, that list had 47 names. Campus tour guides even give a warning. If your phone flashlight dies, do not use your camera flash. Why? Because she will photobomb you. There's a viral Reddit picture of a girl smiling on campus, but right behind her is the lady in green. Her eyes black voids, her mouth open in a silent scream. The student who took that photo dropped out of college 2 weeks later. Mid-video CTA okayed. Which of these 3 schools is the most terrifying? Was it El Paso's ghost girl in the class photo, Camarillo's crying drain, or Athens' sealed dorm room with the whispering nightmare? Vote in the comments with the number 1, 2, or 3. And if you have your own campus ghost story, I want to read it, so leave it below. And if you're still with us, hit that like button. The YouTube algorithm is a ghost of its own and forgets you exist if you don't leave a trace. Remember, the next time a trophy case starts rattling or a light clicks off by itself, it might not be the wiring. These schools teach you more than just science and math. They teach you how fast you can run when you hear your name in an empty hall. So, could you spend a night in any of them? Tell me in the comments. Are you just going to sit there, or are you in for more true horror challenges in America's most haunted locations every week? Make sure you subscribe to Haunts and Hunts America. As always, keep your keys close, your friends closer, and never, ever answer a voice that knows your name when you're all alone.